That's good news. Okay, so you're supposed to be able to do it. Once you're doing that, let me do some tests, okay, and then we're gonna start. Let me see what this is. Oh, perfect. Okay, okay, I love that. It's gonna be super. I mean, we won't spend that much time on Photoshop Illustrator. It's just because it's getting so much easier. Right? It's not as hard as before. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you have this page. You're in this page. Once you are in this page, you should be able to, there's a file, say new file. You can click. So there's a window pop up. And again, every time you need to open a file, right? Like Photoshop is used for pixels. When we say pixels, or photos, it's called Photoshop. It's about photos. So everything related with the photos, Photoshop is just the place to go. Okay. Usually we use it to kind of change photos. You want to change photos, you want to combine photos. That's where you go. Okay. I just want to show quickly what kind of things we can do here. Okay. So you can see when you click here, you can see there's a photo, there's a print, there's art, illustration, there's some templates on there too. But normally, you have your professor say, okay, let's create a poster or create like a file or print a printout, like pinup, design pinup or whatever, right? Like for example, your assignment in studio today or this week, right? You have a slide. So if you check this inches, you say, let's print as 11 by 17, right? So you can check, okay, we want a width to 17, height is 11, then it shows up, and there's orientation down there too. So these are the two most important numbers. You make sure it's inches. There's a lot of options here. I just use inches a lot because that's what we do here. The other is resolution. This is also very important number. Resolution. Resolution means how many pixels you have. I think I forgot what per inch. How many pixels you got per inch? There's three numbers to remember. One is 72. It's around 70. One is 150. One is 300. So when you print, like you probably have this kind of thing. If you have a printer, you print it out. It's just so heavy. It's not clear. It's blurry, right? It's just because this, you're not saving up time. You want to do something that's print out, you need 300. Okay. If you want something that is online, like you have your own personal website or you have a portfolio, share with one online, it should be 150. 72 is like a like a thumbnail, that kind of thing, right? For example, you want to create a thumbnail for your own like a face in Facebook, Instagram. They will make it down to 72. Okay. Anyway, just be aware. We have this resolution. Okay. The higher the resolution, the file is getting bigger. But my suggestion is never make your resolution. Check your resolution. Make sure they're not higher than 300. If it's higher than 300, I see a lot of that. Your computer is going to crash. Okay. Or you have a huge, gigantic file, like a 1 gig just for one photo. Okay. Anyway, so you just click create, and they have like a page down here. And so the other, yeah, 300, and yeah. And you just have a file down here. So this is what we call the canvas. It looks like a canvas. It's white. It's like a paper that you have, and you can do whatever you want, right? And here it's like other software actually. It just have this toolbar, all the tools in here, and these are properties. Okay, there's layers, there's properties, there's colors. Okay, so and you also have options on here too. Okay, Is there a link for us to log in and download? So yeah, I don't know about we're in the lab, so we can just use our school account. I don't know about if you're on remote, what's the options you have. Right. Okay, so I can quickly just go through the tools. You don't have to try it. It just, you can actually, the other very quick thing is you see here, you can hover over, you see they tell you what's the tool of this one. Move. Yeah, just move. You can move selection, move a selection or layer. Move a selection or layer. That's the first tool about. The second tool is for marking, but it's actually selection. It's called selection. Okay. We use this tool to make a selection. Okay. And this is lasso tool. This is actually another tool for another kinds of selection. Okay. So for example, here I make a selection, right? And then this is another way to make a selection, and there's polygon lasso, which we use a lot. That's how you make selection too. Okay, you don't have to try. And one thing you find out is this is new actually. This is just recent. This is like 2 months. Every time you finish a tool, they will tell you what are the options that you can do with this tool. We can quickly, like for example, let's just create a box. Let's do this first. Let's create a box here. And once you create a box, there you see here, you can modify selection, invert selection, make a mask, fill selection. If you click fill selection, fill color, you can choose whatever color you have, click OK. Click OK, you turn it red. Okay. I can make another selection. Yeah, let's do this. Fill selection, fill color. So there, you can click fill color, and you can pick whatever color you want. Click OK. And then click OK. So yeah, let's just try some random things, okay? And I'm doing another one. I'm just play with it, okay? And another one is a lasso tool. I just draw a random organic shape and fill color, click OK, and click OK. Okay, so there are 2 tools, 2 kind of selection, right? You make a selection and you give actions to the selection. Yes. The lasso tool. Lasso tool is the third. The lasso tool down here. Yeah. And then we make a triangle. Let's make a triangle here, somewhere here. Maybe like here. So then it's a triangle. I feel it again. So try this. Yeah, at least try these 4 things. So you be aware of selection and actions associated with selection. What's the question? The colors don't show? Okay. Okay, so let's see how I can do this, okay? And then you hover over and it's a polygon lasso. Yeah, thanks for the question. Yes. Yeah, if you have some questions, you just say it. And then if you want, yeah, you can. Yes, we'll talk about that. Yes, right now it's about selection and fill. We'll talk about that. Yes, we will talk about that. Trust me. So what we learned right now is all kinds of ways of selection, right? You can select by box, select by organic shape, and select by points, right? Okay, so once this is done, another tool I want to show you is again selection again, right? See, I draw a box around there, and then see that they give us a box, but I can go to select. Let me see whether or not they tell me that. Transform selection. Okay, there you go. See here. Right now it's selection, right? These are just like a mostly used tools. So there's other tools we can do. Okay, is if you go to select again, you go to select. There's an option called transform selection. You can click it, and you can make them bigger. Oh, it's not like this. My bad. Sorry, it's not this one. I guess sorry. I actually forgot which one it is. But I know a shortcut, which is Control T. So basically, yeah, just remember Control T. Let me take a note so you know about that. Okay. Let me take a note. So I'm gonna create an announcement. Create an announcement. Photoshop shortcut. Okay. So the first one that I want to show you is transform selection is Control T. So basically, what you do is, yeah, just look at screen. See, you make a selection. Here's the thing. You make a selection, say, I want to get out. I want to cancel this selection. What should I do? Deselect, then it's over. Okay. You make selection, you can deselect. You can also do Control D to deselect. Okay. But nowadays, I guess you just click deselect. Okay. That's first thing. The other thing is you can make a selection and Control T. Hold Control T, and you can make them smaller and bigger. Yes. Yes, perfect. So once you have a Control T, you have these bars. It's kind of the same thing with like a, you will have all kind of bars, right? In AutoCAD, you have an AutoCAD bar. And you can make them smaller and bigger. You can make them smaller and bigger. See that? So I can make them smaller. Just wait a minute. We'll talk about delete. Just click delete, delete. You just select delete. Delete. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about delete later. Okay. We'll delete them. Okay. Actually, we will copy them and we'll delete them. Okay. Anybody can get it smaller? Okay. Once you get smaller, okay, let's do this. So see here, I'm in this move tool. I can move it, right? But if you hold Alt, you can copy it. Alt, ALT. Let me write down. That's the second shortcut. Hold Alt to copy once the selection. Okay, that's the second shortcut. It's Alt, so you can copy whatever you want. Okay, but the question becomes, see here. You make a selection first, you hold Alt, and drag your mouse, then you will copy. Click and drag. So here's the thing. The next question comes. The next question comes to this, okay? I move, but it's like, what if I want to move it perfectly aligned, like horizontal? It's really hard, right? Because you're using your mouse, right? Like, see, I move to here. So there's another shortcut is shift. So if you Alt, select, and you hold shift also, they'll see, if you Alt, you just click Alt once and you hold shift, they will always only move once. Okay. Sorry, they will move horizontally. Move back is Control Z. Control Z to move back. Yeah. Here, let me show you. It's very sensitive. So you basically you hold Alt, click, and drag, and then you don't click again. You still see, and you can move whatever you want, right? And then you hold shift. It's always move horizontal. Okay, everyone can do this, right? Some of you do like whole screen. Okay, so then let's just do more. Actually, the goal is to do the whole screen. So I did this, and then I move it down. I select more and I move it down. Delete it just okay. So we're talking about delete, okay?
There are two ways to delete. One is you make a selection, you click delete, but they ask you, okay, the contents. Right now it's color, but if you do white, you click OK, they will basically, they delete and what's in the box become white. That's basically what I mean, okay? That's one way to delete. The other way to delete is using another tool, which is which tool? Here, it's called an eraser tool. If you click eraser tool, you kind of have a brush and you can draw on it. See, I draw and then turn white. Actually, let's try brush tool. Just make this, have some random this. Try the brush, please. Try brush, try eraser tool. It's here. Click here, eraser tool. Eraser tool here. Eraser tool, eraser tool. I use this tool all the time. So then you'll see, if you draw eraser tool on there, you can see, there's some lines you can do, right? But there's a very important part I want you to know, okay? Let me see. That's another shortcut, okay? Is use this and this to reduce and increase eraser or brush size. Okay, what that means is, see, I'm using my eraser tool, right? And then I click this. See, it become bigger. See that? Smaller, bigger, smaller, bigger. You can also do it. I just click this. Try this 2-1. Try this and this. It's in your keyboard. Okay, just try it and see whether or not it change size. Did it change size? Okay, perfect. That's how you make them bigger and smaller. You can do both with brush tool and eraser tool. So let's try brush tool. Brush tool is here. See the brush tool is here. You can draw it. See, I draw black lines on there. And I can make it bigger. Black, black, black. I can make it smaller, bigger. There's a brush and eraser. Brush and eraser. You make it bigger, you make it smaller, okay? By using that keyboard. Or you can go to here. You can go to this panel. There's a panel here. You can also change the size here. That's the same thing, but it's the same thing. You can make it bigger, smaller here too. You can make it bigger, smaller here too. Anybody watch the screen, please? You can make your brush here, make it smaller and bigger. Then another one, you see, when I make my brush bigger, yeah, please look at screen. So when I make my brush bigger, you see, I don't like this kind of fuzzy edge. You see, like a. See, this is how it looks like. It's not good. Then all you can do is you can change this hardness to the hardness. I can make them 100 and click again. Boom. There's like a huge red dot. You can Control Z to kind of go back, right? But please try, try all these options. The size, the hardness, the hardness, and then there's a final part, is opacity. See, I also want to change, see, opacity right now is 100. Let's say I make it 30. And then I draw it. You see, I draw a huge dot. I can see this through because there's opacity, transparency on there. See, I can see, but the more you click, the darker it gets. See, the more you click, the darker it gets. That's opacity, okay? You tried opacity? What's the question? The eraser is this button here. Or you can, yeah, the key is E. You see they have a E over there. If you click E, you will go to eraser, I think. Or you go to this button. Oh, the bigger, smaller, you can go here and change the size, or you press this. The larger basket. It's on the, yeah, there. Can you look at the screen? Can you see this on the screen? This one? Okay, yeah, it's this one and the other one. So you can make them smaller and bigger. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're done here. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy them again. How do you copy? We kind of learned how to copy. Kind of feel the screen a little bit. Good. And then I'm gonna use the eraser tool again. I'm gonna draw a triangle on there, or draw like a rectangle. So basically, I draw square, draw square. Okay. Let me ask a question. That's the fourth key shortcut. Shift. Use shift to move your mouse horizontally or vertical. Okay, that's basically what I mean. I don't know how to spell vertical. Okay. So basically what I mean is, you see here, when you use, yeah, please look at screen. Please look at screen. Okay. See, when I move my mouse, it's really hard to draw straight lines, right? But if I hold shift, I click one point, click the other point, it's perfect straight line. Okay. If I hold shift and move my mouse, see, it's perfectly straight. Okay, that's what I'm planning to do. Okay, so I can use I'm using eraser tool. Okay, I just draw, so it's perfectly white, and then I just draw a box in the middle. So I have kind of an empty box. Just put a little bit of depth. Yeah. Try this, please. Please try this. Okay. Okay. Then the next tool we're gonna do is brush. The brush tool have a very important concept. Okay. Please look at screen. Okay, just please look at screen. It's color. How I draw the brush with the color that I want. Like for example, I want to draw. See, when you draw is black. What if I don't like black? What kind of color we guys want to do? Like green. Okay, let's try green. So if see here, there's a panel here. Also, there's a box here. Actually, every time you use brush tool, or pretty much any other tool, you need to be very aware of this. You see this? Why there's two boxes? What I mean, right? So Photoshop always give you two colors that is stored on time. What that means is they will remember two colors. One is they call foreground color, one is they call background color. So this foreground color right now is green. You can also change them by double click to select the ones, or you can just change it from here. There's a panel here, right? You can change them. See, I change here. You also change in the bottom there, right? So that's what we call foreground color. There also background. What you can do is you can click background. So you see here, my foreground is green and background is red. Let make my background like blue. So I have these kind of colors. So you can set up two colors, and so you don't have to kind of always, let's say, just be aware that there's two kind of colors. One is foreground and one is background. But every time you draw, you only draw with your foreground. Okay, my transparency is kind of 30%. If I want to make 100%, then see, I draw my foreground. I just draw a green box again. Okay, that's foreground. Let's say, okay, but then I want to immediately draw with like blue. How do you do that, right? Because right now I don't want to select. I already have I don't want to select again because I want to keep this green color. What you can do is there's another shortcut, X. If you click X, see that? See what happens? It shifts. So you can like switch back and forth. So I can switch again. See, I can make my brush a little bit smaller. I can do blue. And then I can switch back again. I can do green again. And I can switch back again. I can do blue again. So that's how you save colors and switch back again, do green again. Perfect. So that's another thing, okay? Foreground color and background color. If I want to turn this to black and white again, I just click this. So there's a button and then take it. So sometimes you need two colors, use them again, right? That's how we do it. Okay. Okay. So we kind of learned a lot in terms of just working with what we learn now. We learn brush, color, selection, move, right? That's all the basic ones we've learned, right? Okay. Now it's the most important concept, okay? It's called layers. Layers. Any software, layers is the most important concept, okay? You learn that from SketchUp, AutoCAD. Same with Photoshop, okay? So let's create a layer. Like, see, this is a layer. Everybody have layers in here. If you don't have layers in here, you can go to Window and check, make sure your layers are checked, okay? You click layer by using this. There's a plus sign. You click layer, okay? And then, you can do whatever you want, right? See, I can do another box, but it's here. I want it to be totally black. I fill them with a totally black color. It's black. But it's another layer, so you cover everything, right? Then I do another color. I want to fill them purple. You can fill whatever you want, okay? But please, we're working in different layer now. When you work in different layer, you can show them and hide them. See that? Show them and hide them. See the plus sign? You just click, go with new layer. Hold on. Yeah, you're welcome. You can also right click the layer if you want to delete, right click layer. I think there's one called delete layer. You can delete layer too. Okay, if you want to delete them, okay. You can rename them. You can right click. I don't know how do you rename it. They don't even give option. I guess you just double click. Just double click and you can rename it. It's like you say layer 2 or whatever, right? Per day, Anyway, so you can rename them too, okay? Okay. The powerful thing about layers is transparency. I can change transparency. See, it's 100 here. I can change them to 50%. I can change them to 50%. Okay. I can create another layer and I can draw a circle. How to draw a circle is by the multiple ways to do it, actually. You can make a selection. You can kind of do this, right? Or usually when I want to draw a circle, I just use the brush tool. And I make the brush size super big. And just click. I use color like yellow. Boom. Okay. And you can change transparency to show the things below, right? Again, that's another separate layer, okay? So once you do that, yes, yeah, let me wait for you guys for a little bit. Are you using selection? They don't let you fill. You click fill. Oh, there's no fill down here. Use my layers, hide it. Make sure you show up your layer. Can you do that now? Yeah, make another layer. Yeah, you can do it both ways. We good? Yes? Okay, perfect. So once this is done, okay, there's other things I want to show you, okay? Then I'm gonna show you another tool. There's a lot of tools, but almost all these tools I want you guys to at least try it, okay? But I will kind of tell you it one by one. So once this is done, there's another tool. See here, it's called this quick selection. It's basically called quick selection. So you can, the first one is like, see, you hover over that you can select things. That's one thing. You click, see, to kind of select this yellow thing. Oh, sorry, my computer froze. My computer is totally froze. Please. I probably have to restart again. Shoot. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Here's the thing. To be honest, this is a totally new tool. I don't know how to use it. I just use the second one. Quick selection tool. I know how to teach you that one. The first one making my computer froze. I kind of worry about it. Just try the second one. See, here it's called quick selection or magic wand. Actually, use magic wand. Always use magic wand. Please, you try magic wand, and we'll go back and use this tool a lot. Okay. What this tool do is they will select the same color for you. You see here, if I click the yellow, just select all the yellow. You see that? Or you can do other things. See here, I can hide my yellow layer. I can hide other layer. I can go back to this background layer. I can go back to this background layer. And then what I do is, see, I draw this bar. I can click this green, they select for me. Right? I can click the green. Whatever I click, they will select the same color for me. Make sense? Make sense about this tool? Magic wand tool? You just click, they will select the same color for you. I click green area, they select all the green area. I click blue, they select blue, right? So, but what I'm trying to do, there's another one, very important concept, okay? It's called add to selection. So you use shift to add to selection and alt to remove selection. Okay, let me show you what that means, okay? So see, I'm using magic wand tool, right? If I go to, yeah, you just look, you don't have to follow me on this one, okay? Because I want to show you what it is. Because right now, see here, let me hide everything. Let me create another layer. Actually, it's kind of a, yeah, let me show you how to do that. There's actually, since in my case, you know, I see there's another, there's I kind of draw everything in background, you know, the background is called background. I will create a new layer, and that new layer, I'm gonna fill that layer with a color that's white. That's yellow, okay, white. So, and then I move this, I double click the background, then I can move this layer in the bottom. So always in the bottom. So in the bottom, I always have a white layer. Okay. So then I can show you, like, for example, okay, here's what I'm trying to show you, okay? In the selection, there's one thing. What if, say this, I have a circle selection. What if I want to add a selection and I draw a box and add to selection? See, when I draw a box, see, they see this. Okay, let me see this. See, I draw a box now. If I draw another box, the previous box disappeared. But if you hold shift, they will add to it. They will add to it. Try this, please. So you can do the same thing for the magic wand tool. See here, I made a selection with the magic wand tool. If I hold shift, I can add to selection. That's for shift. You hold shift, you can add to selection. Good. Good. Hold shift, and you can add to selection. And you hold Alt, you can reduce the selection. See, if I fill this again, fill color. See? It's called add to selection and remove selection. Add to selection, remove selection. Add to selection, remove selection. Okay? Good? Okay, perfect. Okay, so then we'll do some fun thing after this, okay? So once this is done, you probably know all the basics of Photoshop already. Really. I mean, there's not much else. It's layers, selections, and draw. You know, use the brush tool to draw. Okay. And you just all kind of combinations. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's just search. Let's Google search. Say Google.com. And you can search anything you want, okay? I search like Mickey Mouse. Okay, you can search Mickey Mouse. Like this. Whatever once, you can pick whatever once. So okay, like this one. I can right click. See here, I right click. Copy image. Whatever image in Google, you know, you can just, once you remember you're in Google image, you go to Google image, you can search whatever it is. Let's search a tree. Let's say tree. How about tree? Yeah, let's say tree. Let's do a tree. How about this one? Yeah, this tree. I right click. So once you click, you can right click, just copy image. It says copy image. You just click copy image. And you go to Photoshop. Control V. It's there. And because this is a tree, and you will see they're in a new layer. They create a new layer, right? Then what I can do is I can move them. Oh, I got a question, right? Now I have this tree. How I move them, how I make them bigger? Control T, excellent. You can Control T to make them bigger. Right? See, I'm making them bigger. And this is a different layer. I want to see what's behind it. What should I do? Hide it, but I also want to show the tree. I want to show both. Transparency. So I make the transparency like 50%, so I can see it through a little bit. So I can move. Let's move my tree kind of in the middle of this yellow box. Control T to make them smaller or bigger. Okay. You Control V to add the photo in there. Okay. And I want to show you the end result. Okay. You kind of know all the tools already. Okay. Just different combinations. Actually, let me do it and see, and you can tell me what I did. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to follow me on this point. Okay. Yeah, please look at screen. Please look at screen. Yeah, please just look at screen. Please look at screen now. And then, yeah, just guess what I did. Okay. I'm doing something. Just guess what I did. Okay. Okay. What I did. Okay. You don't have to follow me. Don't follow me. Yeah. Because you follow me, you miss the next step. Okay. And then what I did. Oh, sorry. See what I did. I did something, but it doesn't show up because it failed. The reason is I'm in a layer that's hidden. I'm in a magic wand tool, right? So you won't select anything. But if I go here, I click this, what I just did. I use the magic wand tool to make a selection, right? And then I go back, I show up this again. Okay, that's all I did, right? Okay. Then there's a new button here. It's called invert selection. Just look at the screen, see what happens. I click this, what happens? Anybody find any difference? I click again. Let me click back again. This is before, this is after. before, after. It's a inverse selection. When we say inverse selection means previously I just select the yellow box. When I click this inverse selection, they will select anything else but the yellow box. But the yellow box. Okay. The reason I do that is because I can go to this photo, I can delete, and then I can show up the photo again. All the tree is in the perfect circle there, perfect box there. Everybody got what I mean down there? So see whether or not you can do similar things. Okay, so basically we're trying to move an image and change the size of the image, make sure that image fits with your selection. That's basically what we're trying to do here. Okay. And we can do the same thing with another image. Let's say sky. I just do this with another. That's a sky. I make them bigger. I just cover the whole thing. And I make the transparency a little bit lower. I hide the layer. This time I only select that circle area. And I go to the photo. I need an inverse selection and I hit delete. And I make the transparency back. See? And the tree. So that's how you move different image into a place and make the image, the boundary, whatever you want. Yes. So once you're able to move a photo in there and make them bigger, I just change the transparency and I hide this layer and I go back to this like photo frame layer and I make a selection. I make a selection of this circle area and once I made selection of this, so I use magic wand tool, okay, to automatically make selection. And then I show up the sky layer again. Once I show up sky layer again, I inverse the selection and I delete. And then I make the transparency full so I can show both the sky and the tree. I delete the outside. Okay, so this, yeah, it's kind of getting a little bit messy. So, you can like create a new one and try new ones, but take a screenshot at this point, and then that's another, okay. And then let's do a challenge, okay? I'm gonna just do it really quick, and you're gonna submit, okay? I create a new one, just really quick. What I do is I draw a box, fill them with the color. I create a new layer. I fill them with the color, and I draw a circle. Fill them with the color, and I draw a triangle. Fill them with the color, and I create the 3 photos and move them in. See here. Sky. Just start over again, okay? And see, just do some training, okay? And I will come here and help you, okay? Let me finish your work first, and then I'm come here and help you. Let me see. Let me finish this really quick. Okay, this is the first one. Let me do the second one. Copy image. The circle. Delete. So when you make a selection, you have to go back to that layer, okay? You don't want to magic wand again, magic wand to make a selection, okay? And I add another Copy image. Look. Make sure you inverse and delete. Okay, so yeah, do something like this and submit again. Let's just play. I'm here to help you.